Manchester City reached the Champions League final for the first time since 2021 when they lost to Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea in Portugal by 1-0. Well, they returned to the big stage after beating Real Madrid in the semi-finals, and potentially they're on the verge of making history as they could end the season with the treble. They're within touching distance of the Premier League trophy, which they could win this weekend if they beat Chelsea, and they're also in the FA Cup final to face their rivals, Manchester United. It's been a remarkable turnaround for Pep Guardiola's men, who have struggled since the start of the season, and things seem to have elevated pretty quickly on the turn of the year, and they've been imperious and unstoppable since the beginning of 2023. The mastermind behind that, of course, is Guardiola, who himself made history after beating Real Madrid by 4-0 in the second leg of the semi-final. He becomes the youngest and fastest manager to reach 100 Champions League wins, doing it in just 160 games. Now, of course, before the season ends, he would wish that he can get his 101st win in the Champions League, and that would essentially mean that he goes home with his third Champions League title. After the game, he also stated in the post-match conference that facing an Italian team is not the nicest gift, and he's aware of the threat that they would face on the other side, that's Inter Milan. The Italian side reached the final of the Champions League for the first time in 13 years. Coincidentally, when they also won it in 2010, they did it with Mourinho, and that also wrapped up a treble that Manchester City are hoping to replicate. For Inter, they went past their rivals, beating them 3-0 on Aggregate, and they would be a tough side to crack, especially under Simone Inzaghi, who took charge 2 seasons ago. In those 2 seasons, he's won 2 Supercoppa Italianas. He's also won 1 Coppa Italia, and now he's reached the Champions League final with Inter Milan against all the odds. They would definitely go into that game as underdogs, but we've seen various stories of underdog teams shocking the big dog in the final of the UEFA Champions League. There's all left to play for. Pep Guardiola versus Inzaghi, Manchester City versus Inter Milan in Istanbul later this year.